There
Oh,
truly
okay,
is a
no.
big motor.
I just
Park
remember-
bunch of feedback. When you don't turn, you cream it.
Really rolling has that. A lot of people that so
Yeah.
interested in the road. Yeah. I wanted that so bad.
Come up here.
Thanks, Mike.
It's me, that's what I had for supper.
Not there for a whole month.
I'm apologizing in advance. Something, I just had something. Come on.
I'll make sure we did
All
it.
right, 7 o'clock. Got a quorum. Would you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And while you're up, just a quick moment. We could have a moment of silence for the passing of George Herbert Walker Bush, our 43rd president. All right, thank you. I think we pretty much all had that in mind. Just thought we better take care of that right off the bat. All right, we have two sets of minutes. We've got a work study, or excuse me, an executive session on the 19th, as well as council. Is that correct, Jenny?
That is correct.
All right, any questions about that? Any motions?
Motion to approve the minutes for both the executive session and the council meeting.
I have a motion by Jim, a second by Dennis. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are passed. On to the public meeting. Center Township Fire, oh, it's fire contract time. First up, Center Township. Gary?
Center Township contract remains unchanged except for the dollar amount as goes along with the pay raises that would be approved by the council. I think we're looking at 2% this year. Jenny has worked with the Township Clerk, and we believe it to be in good form and ready for your consideration.
All right. Questions about the Center Township contract? What's the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve Center Township fire contract.
We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Thank you. Long second. Second, any other further discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the Center Township contract signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Center Township has been approved.
There are three separate contracts for you.
Three of the same?
Three the same.
Okay, good. All right, and we'll move on to the Marion Township contract.
This contract remains unchanged as it has for a long time, I can tell you. But and we take the time to take a look at it, and don't need to change it. Remains the same and was last year.
Okay, there we go. Got a nod from Glenn, so it must be good.
Move to approve.
I've got a motion to approve the Marion Township contract. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, Marion Township contract is approved. Do we have three of those as well? Gary? Do we have three of those as well?
No, we have two, one original for Glenn and then one original for us. So
Okay.
there's just two of those.
All right. Good deal. All right, next up is town manager contract. Jewel or Manny?
Man, he was supposed to be here.
Not here. What's the pleasure of the council? Do you want to put this on the back burner and see if they show up, or,
I'd like to make a motion.
and what would your motion be?
I'd like to suspend this contract and make Laura Parker's position interim so we can go out for a tender and find other people that we can look at. And that her position as interim manager be paid at the level of the town manager. That we evaluate the resumes in an executive committee. And a motion.
We got a motion on
Did I
the
miss
floor,
one?
so why are
Sorry.
you, hold on. We have a motion, so what are you up there for?
Hey, just a second. Hi,
Well,
Manny.
I'm here to advise you, first of all.
Hi,
I'm
Manny.
here because I was, hey, everybody, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Good. As you were walking in,
Yes.
Mr. Pato made a motion. I don't know if you heard it all or not.
I didn't hear any of it.
Okay, Tom, would you mind repeating it? Since we have a.
Make a motion that we
attorney.
suspend the contract right now and take Laura Parker's town manager position and make it interim so we can go out for resumes and evaluate those resumes in an executive committee,
Okay.
and that her position be paid at the level of the town manager.
So my confusion is this. I'm here because the council voted to approve a 4-year term for town manager for Laura, and we were told to drop a contract. Is that
It's
not?
obvious that's changed.
Hold on a minute. We can't just change it. There was a vote.
There was a 3-2 vote to appoint Laura the next town manager.
With a 4-year term, is my understanding.
Yeah, that was something that Jewel was directed to create the contract.
Right? And that's what I'm here to discuss. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Tom, since we had started and you weren't here, I asked what was the pleasure of the council, and Tom came in to make his statement or his motion. So as far as procedure-wise,
Yeah, I'm a little baffled about the procedure since there was unless the prior vote was somehow improper, I'm not sure what, other than tabling it, and my recommendation would be, before you take any action tonight, there could be legal implications for you taking an action that's adverse to what the council's already voted to do, but we discussed that in executive session.
okay, well, this is interesting. Didn't see that coming.
And I'd rather not discuss what those are outside of executive session.
Okay, so as our legal counsel, can I ask you a question?
Sure, let me first
Okay.
introduce, for the record, Manny Herzog Taft.
Okay, thank you. So Tom has made a motion to make Laura the interim town manager until we can interview. However, the last council, we voted, there was a vote to
Right.
make her town council.
And that vote passed?
That was a 3-2 vote that passed.
Okay.
So my question is, Tom has made a motion to essentially renege that.
Right.
So from your legal expertise, A, can we do that? And B, if that's the case, then we'll probably need to have an executive session in the near future to talk about this action and any action going forward.
Right. A, it's an unusual step, since the vote has been cast and it was properly cast, is my understanding. There's no issue about whether there were improprieties in how the vote was cast. I'm not sure that you can do it. If you can, I would, yes, my recommendation would be to discuss the implications of that vote in executive session.
Okay. So,
You're telling me that anything anybody votes on in one meeting can't be superseded and changed the next with the same council? Because you can't vote, you
Anything
can't
you vote
vote
on
on a contract,
properly-
you can't vote on a contract when you haven't seen the contract.
Well, so you voted on the main terms of the contract. My understanding is this. You voted on the main terms of the contract, which are the term, and you told us, that's why I'm here, in Shul's stead, to draw up the contract. And that's the only consideration
But now it's
tonight,
being
is the terms of the
rescinded.
contract, which we did draw up, and they are favorable to the town. The statute provides for cause termination. We've included a provision where you can do it without cause, that either party can do it without cause, and there's an express waiver of that statutory provision. So it is a favorable contract to the town
But the
council.
point is it was voted on a contract that wasn't in front of anybody to see.
Well,
First
so
of
no,
all,
that's
I
not
don't
quite
agree-
right. My
well-
understanding is that you didn't vote on a contract because you didn't have one, right?
And
You
now
voted.
there's a
you
motion,
voted-
there's a motion to do something different with the same council. So I don't trust your law firm anyway. So this is why, where I'm asking questions.
That's, your mistrust of our law firm is another matter. I'm telling you what my legal opinion is. My legal opinion is that there are legal implications for what you're trying to do here today. I recommend you discuss those in executive session before you take any further action. There was a proper vote, properly cast vote to elect her town manager, and you told us, the town council told us to drop a contract, and that's why I'm here.
The majority of the town council told you.
That is the town council. The majority
Not
is
two
the
of
town
us, but
council.
thank you.
Okay, so, Tom. Oh, go ahead, Gary.
Could the matter be tabled until the executive session rather than rescind the vote?
Wrong recommendation.
So much like you discussed, table that, executive session, discuss further, come back.
That would be what I would recommend as well, based on our earlier conversations. But to the matter at hand, we have a motion on the floor. Tom, would you be willing to rescind that motion?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to vote on his rescinding of the motion? The motion was never seconded. So let's
need to rescind.
let's do this. I'll make the executive decision here. Let's table this matter until we can have an executive session. Then we can have our town attorneys present. We can also discuss Tom's motion at the same time, because that has implications as well. And
Yeah, that'd be the only basis for the executive session, is taking that kind of action.
do we need consensus, or do I
We
need?
need a consensus, we need to vote on it.
Okay, so I will make a motion that we table this issue of contract and town manager position until an executive session.
Second.
And I've got a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor of tabling signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, this is tabled. Sorry you came in.
No worries, you need me for anything else?
I'm not sure. Council members,
Be glad to stick around if you need me.
Gary? Laura?
I do trust and like all of you.
Good. Any questions? Do you think we need Manny any further tonight?
I don't think so.
Wait till January.
Wait, do you bill on the quarter hour?
No, sir.
Dang. 'Cause I have 2 minutes to spare then. Okay, I see no reason that you need to stick around any longer.
Very
I'm
good.
sure Gary will be in touch with you very soon.
Very good. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. On to the holiday resolution. Resolution number 7.
17.
Yes, 17, sorry. Didn't get the glasses on.
It's okay, no problem.
The
These,
2019 holiday schedule, whereas the town council of the town of Danville established these days to be recognized as holidays for the town personnel, and whereas the town council has approved for town personnel a minimum of 14 and a half holidays granted, now therefore be it resolved that the town of council hereby establishes the following town holidays and the dates on which they will be observed. You guys really want me to read these dates? You can come up here and take a look at them yourself. Very similar to what we've had before. My only question is, the town hall is no longer a voting center, correct? Oh, we still close on the primary and the general? I'm okay with that. I kind of thought at first,
When we have a town election, that's what triggers it.
sure, sure. Okay, what's the pleasure of the council? Do we like this resolution, number 17? Well, I like it, so I'll make a motion that we approve and adopt resolution number 17, 2018, the 2019 holiday schedule.
Second.
And I've got a second. Any other discussion? All of those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, holiday schedule has been approved. On to Resolution 18, a resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations between major budget classifications. Chief Rainey, is this for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. This is just, they need to transfer funds for the purchasing of uniforms and equipment for the new officers and some miscellaneous things that they need sufficient funds. There's sufficient funds available to make the transfers, and they have my support.
All right. What's the pleasure of the council for Resolution 18?
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Marcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Jim. Any other further discussion? Those in favor of passing Resolution 18, 2018, a resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations between major budget classifications for the police department, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Resolution 18 has been passed. All right, Jenny, you're up again for a request to hire a utility clerk.
Rita Page has announced her retirement after 23 years of working for the town of Danville. April 1st will be her last day. I contacted Gary and Laura and Superintendent Crisp and Lofton and Russell, requesting that I start the interview process in the next few weeks with the idea of hiring the person in January so they can train with Rita and Courtney for a couple months. It's just an impact on the utility budget. It will be an impact of $5,880 for 6 weeks of employing both of them. With your approval, I will bring forth an amendment to the salary ordinance next year in January for approval. But I have the support of the utility superintendents. This is what we did when I took office and Kathy moved into my position. Courtney started and worked for 2 months while we had sufficient staff for training. I'm just requesting that the same thing be done.
All right.
And I provided a spreadsheet for you guys. I emailed it out Friday showing the additional and how much it would impact each utility fund.
Any questions for Jenny about this particular position? I do like the idea of Rita being able to train the replacement rather than just cut off and then learn it as you go. Got, what, 2 ladies that work at the window?
Yes.
We all know that when utilities payments are due and people come in late, that it's baptism under fire, and I would just prefer that that individual have a little experience
Exactly.
what to do. So that would be my, is that we allow this, and the utilities have this money within their budget.
They do. They have sufficient funds available. They will next year.
Anybody else on the council? Thoughts?
I think it's a great thing. Make the motion to request to hire utility clerk for $58.80.
All right.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Motion by Dennis, second by Jim. Any other discussion? All those in favor of allowing Jenny to hire another utility billing clerk to replace Rita, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
And I'll share with you guys real fast, too. Betty will be running an ad Thursday in the Republican. Suzanne has posted it on the Town of Danville website, and it is also in Facebook. So we will be advertising the next couple weeks.
What is it in Danville Chatter?
No, it's not on Danville
Bet
Channel.
it will be.
Yeah,
All right,
that's good. The more
The
the,
back of that turkey.
that's good. The host fund expenditures, Gary and I discussed that earlier, and that's off the table right now, is that correct? Or do you want to run with it, because I've got nothing?
Well, we actually removed it from the agenda. I'm not sure why this is on here. But we still have to meet with our department heads. What we're trying to do is look at the annual expenditures, look at priority projects, identify what can be cut or dismissed from those.
Okay.
And we're looking for funds to allocate towards purchase of a public works building. I
Okay,
don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but we've gotta have all of our ducks in order to discuss it with
Sure.
the council.
and I appreciate that, I think that's very important. Okay, so keep digging. I'm sorry, go ahead.
we were going to talk about Gary's retirement and paying for that.
In front of him?
Well, it has to be a council decision, so I don't know.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, we were just going to talk about Gary's retirement party and paying for it.
In working with Laura and Suzanne and Jenny, we were talking about funding for the retirement party, and this is something unique. We have not done this in a long, long time. And you're only going to do it once. So we better do it upright. And I would make the suggestion that we look at a budget of approximately, a budget of $10,000 from the host
Fund.
fund, discretionary fund, thank you, to pay for that particular event, which will be open to the public, 4 to 7 in Bostic Gym.
Make a motion.
Details to be forthcoming.
I make a motion to allot $10,000 out of the host discretionary fund. Retirement.
Up to 10,000.
Up to 10,000.
Yeah. All right, I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion? Better not be any leftovers. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Let's get going on that. All right. On the horn. Gary?
You know when you want the executive session?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Before the next meeting?
We have our next meeting on the 17th, executive session. Do we know how long that's going to take? Is that going to be a big one?
I'd give it an hour.
I think at least an hour. Jim, you okay with that?
Where to be and when to be there and not be
Well,
there.
we have, like we have been doing, an hour before this meeting,
That's ideal.
6 o'clock on the 17th. Does that work with everybody? Okay, let's do that. Okay, Laura? Okay. You know, I skipped the public comment, sorry. Anything from the public tonight? Okay. Jenny?
I would like to schedule the year-end council meeting that we do to close the claim docket and approve encumbrances. We have done it in the past around the 26th. That puts a lot of work for Brenda and I to get the year closed out, that close to the holidays, Christmas Eve and Christmas. I would like to see if you guys are available anytime on the 27th or 28th. We've usually met during the day.
That's Christmas break for me, and I am actually available for a change on either day.
I like the 28th.
28th, okay?
Anybody else, is that going to run into vacation plans? Holiday plans?
During the day, I won't be able to. It's just a slim chance, I mean.
We can do it in the evening. It's whatever you guys want to do.
Tom, you have a preference? Marcia, preference? But
Don't make it of an evening for because the day. because I may be able to sneak away. I'm
Would
just-
Thursday evening at 6 o'clock or Friday evening at 6? Ball game.
Thursday would be better. Six.
Any-
Yes.
Your meeting calendar for the entire year show the 7/28. The reason why I'm asking if it's designated on the
Advertised.
meeting calendar for the year, if we choose a day that it's not listed there, we have to do a 48-hour notice.
Okay, I honestly, off the top of my head, I can't recall what date but I can check that in the morning to make sure.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Check with us
definitely-
and just let us know.
so December 27th at 6 o'clock?
Yeah. Unless that runs afoul of anything else.
Okay, I will check in the morning.
Anything else?
I think we advertised it as December 26th. Yeah, right, Kathy? So we'll have to,
We'll have to do notice.
yes.
Double check for sure. Anything else?
That's all I have, thank you.
Dennis? Nope. Jim? Okay, three things real quick. Number one, the lights look great, thank you very much. Keep them going, even with the circuits flipping. I'm sure you guys will figure that one out. Secondly, thank you to Rita for 23 years of service to the town. That's incredible. And thirdly, congratulations to Jim Phillips. He was appointed by the precinct committeeman on Saturday to be a new council member starting in January. That's all I have. Claim docket.
Move to approve.
I've got a motion to approve the claim docket. Do I have a second?
Second.
I got a second. Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion? Got a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Everybody? There we go.